Hey everybody, this is CXC Pokemon TCG recording my game from CoolStuffGames at Waterford Lakes. Now, I played this game, my Mega Sceptile deck, against a Trevenant break deck, and it didn't really turn out so well because of a serious item lock, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm drawing my 7 cards to start right here. We're actually singing happy birthday for a guy in the house who was turning 18. Pretty cool, but this game should start in a moment. Alright, I win the coin toss, go heads, and I select to go first, which is good. I did know he was playing Trevenant because I saw his game going on earlier. A little bit of a disadvantage for him, but I was trying to play and get as many cards as I could out before that item lock was activated. Alright, we start the game, and unfortunately, I don't really have much that I can play. I've got that energy. And I in because I have nothing else. Now, the fact that he put that little phantom down on the bench was good for him, because if I had end and he didn't have that there, he would have been really screwed over if he didn't get one in this opening hand here after the end. I really don't have anything else here, which is terrible because I'm scared of this item lock and I need to explode as fast as possible. So I just pass my turn and let's see what he can do. Now, he does have that Wally, which is bad news for me because he can just evolve on the bench while keeping Wobbuffet active, preventing me from using abilities, which is quite powerful. With that Wobbuffet in the active slot, I am not able to use Shaman. Now, if I have Hoopa, I can still use it because it doesn't shut off the abilities of Psychic-type Pokemon. And so that's what I'm going to be looking for later. But keep in mind that Shaman's ability is null. He's just going to compress out some items. He's thinking about compressing out something else, decides not to. I attach my energy for turn, and Versus Seeker for that in, because I really don't have anything else in my hand. I'm really in a bad position here, especially with that item lock threat on the bench. I'm not setting up well at all. That's just the luck of the draw sometimes. Draw my 6, he draws his 6. Hopefully I can get something better here. I see the Ultra Ball and think of it as my chance to finally get something done. I do discard the Lysander. Now my goal here is to search for that Hoopa, because I really need to get my Pokemon going, set up, and start dealing some damage. But as I look through my deck, I find that my Hoopa is prized. And with that Wobbuffet out, I can't use Shaman. But as you see, I freak out, make a misplay. Really disappointed that that Hoopa's prized and I'm not thinking properly, so I go for that Shaman. And I put down the Shaman and he reminds me about the ability and I'm kicking myself, but nothing I can really do. So really all I can do is I'd go for the Sleep Poison attack, see if I can roll heads, and it's tails, so it only does 10 damage, which is really bad, but let's see what he can do. A special type Psychic Energy on that Wobbuffet, which gives it 0 retreat cost, is a big threat to me because now he can bring out that item lock whenever he wants. And he goes for his own Shaman. Now, Wobbuffet's ability is only active when it is in the active slot, so he can just retreat that, as he does, bring out the Trevenant, and then put down his Pokemon along with that Shaman. Crushing Hammer discards energy. Now he can put down that Shaman to draw cards. A Dimension Valley allows his Psychic Pokemon attacks to cost 1 energy less. Correct myself, 1 colorless energy less. And he's able to also get off that break. It's a big obstacle in my path right now. I'm now item locked. Trevenant is in my path, ready to go, charged up with an energy and can use Silent Fear. Another Crushing Hammer, luckily, is tails this time, so my energy does not discard. But I'm in a real tough situation. I wasn't able to set up those first few turns, especially with that prized Hoopa. Really did me dirty, and so I'm faced with a situation where I can only play energy, supporters, and stadiums, and Pokemon. No items. Though this deck isn't a very item heavy deck, it is reliant on those items to get the energy it needs, as well as to get the Pokemon it needs onto the field. And keep in mind that the Spirit Links to evolve to Mega Sceptile are also item cards, and I cannot play those, so I'm going to have to waste a turn if I want to Mega Evolve. I Sycamore my hand away because it's items and a Mega Evolution Pokemon that I cannot use. Really, I want an Ariados, try to put that down and get some poison tick damage off. Maybe hit for a Sceptile with 130, turns to 140 after turn. Very devastating. Nothing else I can do really here because I have all item cards, so I go for that attack. It does 140 damage when the turn switches over. Now he is starting to charge up another Trevenant on the bench. It is going to pose a problem for me because I cannot get that out. Sacrificing his Trevenant in the active slot right now is a very viable move for him. Okay, he discards another energy. He Ultra Balls, looks for the Trevenant, takes it back to think for a moment, trying to decide if that really is the right move. In my opinion, I would say that it is the right move. He could be thinking about the Mega Alakazam in this position, but really getting another Trevenant out is the best option because I can KO this Trevenant on the field next turn. And that is what he goes for. To evolve one of his Pumpkaboos, or I'm sorry, not Pumpkaboos, Phantoms on the bench. And he does his Silent Fear attack, 30, and it does KO my Jirachi, which allows him to take a prize. And it starts putting damage on my Ariados, which is not good for me because it only has 70 HP and that's a 3 Silent Fear KO. I'm left with no other options than to use Steven, which is a card I use in my deck to fetch energy, which is very helpful, and a supporter. It allows for good consistency, and in this case, gives me a Hex Maniac, which I can try to use to get out of item lock next turn. Maybe play some item cards and explode enough to where I'm able to come back into this game. And there's the energy on a Sceptile. And a KO. I do only take one prize, which is a big benefit to the Trevenant break deck, is that prize exchange. When he kills my EX Pokemon, he takes 2 prizes. When I kill his break Pokemon, I only take 1 prize. And that can decide a match, really. If I can't KO 2 of his Pokemon for every 1 of mine, I lose. Now we do see him use the Super Rod to put some of his Trevenants back into his deck and just replenish his store of available attackers. Red card. And that does get rid of my Hex Maniac that I just fished for with Steven, so all of that effort gone to waste, but it was the only supporter in my hand that I could have played. No use holding on to that Steven. Hopefully I can draw something good in these 4 cards. There's looks like a heavy hammer with his Trevenant. It does 60 damage to my active Sceptile and then 20 damage to 2 of my benched Pokemon, and he puts it on a Shaman with 60 damage to bring it up to 80, and then on that Ariados to get the KO. Now that Shaman is in danger of being knocked out next turn from or I take that back. Not next turn, but the turn after. With a Mega Alakazam evolution, however, it is in danger of being KO'd with that extra 20 damage. I get rid of the stadium, hoping that I'm not going to see a heavy hammer next turn. as you can see here in the video though, he does have that energy in hand, but at least that prevents him from putting the energy onto a different one of his Pokemon on the bench. And I do flip tails again on the sleep poison. I did really want that thing to be asleep for the next turn, hopefully buy me something. I don't even know what would happen, but just one turn to see if I could make something work. He does put that energy on there. A red card again. I believe I had 5 cards in hand. Not really that optimal of a red card, but it was just something he could play to disrupt me. And really it shrinked his hand so he could play that Shaman for more benefit. He does top deck that Mega Alakazam to put the damage on the Shaman. KOs the Shaman, takes prizes, and then he hits me again. No, he's just buying time. I realize there's no way out. I can see. It was really a good game. The fact that I was not able to set up that prize Tupa was really bad. I couldn't set up before the item lock got activated. And really this deck isn't the worst against item lock, but it does rely on cards to get energy and those spirit links. Not too much I could do in that situation. I played as best as I could. Did put that Shaman down, which was a huge misplay, but other than that it was a good game. This has been CXC Pokemon TCG. Always free to leave a comment down in the comment section below. Like the video if you liked it, or if you really liked it, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you around.